Personally, I don't think we should advocate for the revolution in the United States because I'm pretty sure that's a felony.
Well, I don't advocate. I think it's inevitable. I think it's going to happen whether anyone wants it to or not.
We're just talking about the history of the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But as a party,
I think
the party does not support the revolution. I'm not even a cadre. I couldn't represent the party if I wanted to, but I'm clarifying that the United States government has no need to investigate this. And that sounded sarcastic, but I meant it.
Yeah, no, I'll second that.
Anyways.
Let's get the DSA or something.
Yeah. The DSA, though, they want to overthrow the government. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw these people with some DSA stickers on their back and they said, "We want to overthrow the government." I heard it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, did you have any other points that you wanted to touch on about like the ACP or like their culture, their group, their identity?
One thing I was curious, I actually had a question for you in regards to when you went to the event. I am curious how like the general zeitgeist around queer people overall felt.
I feel like that's such a tough question because it's not like we were talking about like the transgenders or anything. Like,
I think I read part of your article. I know you got some feel for it. Were you kind of like accepted or?
Yeah, I think for the most part I was accepted, right? But like the people that would have harassed me maybe if we were on the street and they were the kind to be predisposed to harass a trans person, they probably just ignored me or like didn't talk to me, right? I figure that's what they would do because why are you really going to start a scene at like a national convention over something that you know you're going to get in trouble for by has?
Right. I was just going to say, it seems like leadership is kind of indifferent on it. I know they're not exactly anti-trans, they're just kind of anti-wokeness as a concept. They're definitely not pro-trans either though on that one.
They're definitely not pro-LGBT, but I don't feel like they're anti-LGBT either. It kind of feels like, I don't know, it kind of feels like China.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if you watched the interview with the Chinese trans woman that I talked to, but she was saying that it's kind of just like people just do their own thing, even with bathrooms. If you feel like you are good to use the bathroom that you want to use, just use it. There's no laws, like people aren't going to harass you for it. So like they're socially conservative in a way where they're just not going to harass you for being queer, but also they're not going to be like, we need queer pride parades in Beijing or anything.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, so overall I think it was fine. I didn't meet everybody. This was only the people that came to the national convention, so I also couldn't tell you the people that weren't there or like stayed home in their local states for their chapters, or like the guerrillas online, for example. I know IGG generally has some queer phobic stances on various things at times.
No, I've definitely seen plenty of that. I've been a follower for a while.
Yeah. So I hope that answers the question. I had a question for you also.
I was gonna say that just kind of covers everything I have to say then.
Yeah, you said you signed up as well. I was curious if you've been to any of like the IRL meetings or like if you've done anything with your chapter so far.
No, I literally just signed up the other day.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
And, thank you. And then I think they're having a reading group meeting today.
Like a virtual one?
I might show up with. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I might show up to that. I kind of have to like, I have something else going on.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to get to it. We'll see. I'll math it out.
My chapter does the same thing. And I think they have like a couple every day because some people want to do it in the mornings and then like some people are like nighttime people and some people are like, oh, let's do it after work. So it's like a midday thing.
Yeah.
I find it really interesting how the party is currently using technology, but also how they plan on using technology in the future to really help strengthen those ties between individuals, but also between chapters and all different levels of the party. I think that will really, hopefully, create more stickiness with this kind of organization than like most modern leftists have. Most modern leftists, they talk a big game about communism and collectivism, but then at the same time, they're just individuals. They aren't actually collectives. But anyways,
Well, that's all I have to say on the topic. I hope that was helpful in one way or another. I think I hopefully clarified some of the positions. I don't think I really said a whole lot that people didn't already know or wasn't already out there, but that's my stance on that.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
Not theirs officially.
Yeah,
because I'm not a full member.
I personally feel clarified on various things, so thank you for that. And I'm sure, you know, people that aren't really familiar with party lore are going to appreciate hearing how ACP got to where it is today, you know? Yeah, I really appreciate chatting, and I don't have any other questions or comments, so have a great rest of your day.